What better way to kick off the party than with the final meeting of British ice hockey's biggest rivals, the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. At the beginning of the year, things had looked difficult for the Sheffield Steelers. Off ice, things were seemingly going to derail the campaign of what looked like a very strong roster. However, from the off, new player coach Ben Simon had his side focused and hungry. Simon is an intense and determined character, and that reflected in the way the Steelers played, and it worked. After a miserable season last year and a summer of unrest, the Sheffield faithful were able to celebrate another league championship. The Steelers sealed it on the very last day, courtesy of more regulation wins than the Cardiff Devils, having finished tied on points. Their playoff semi-final opponents, the Nottingham Panthers, had also had something of a rollercoaster season. For the Panthers, it was on the ice where the problems emerged. Having looked in contention for the league, a difficult Christmas period saw their hopes fade and pressures mount on player coach Corey Nielsen. Former GB and Hull Stingrays coach Rick Strachan was brought in to assist Nielsen, and eventually the ship was steadied. There was even some silverware to celebrate, with Nottingham retaining the Challenge Cup following a hard-fought series with the Belfast Giants. Both teams came into Saturday's first semi-final high on confidence and in good form, but for one team, the double dream would end along with their season. Dave Sims is your commentator.
So the first semi-final underway in the 2011 playoff finals here at the NIC. The Sheffield Steelers in their white uniform, Nottingham Panthers in their black. Sheffield Steelers the home team. Seems strange at the NIC in Nottingham. A man who knows the building well, Paul Moran, joins me. Sheffield Nottingham games, they're always great games, aren't they, Paul?
Best games of the year. It's best semi-final to start the weekend off here, and we'll see who gets a jump on the other team. The first goal is going to be crucial.
Sheffield have had some success in league play in Nottingham, but this man, Danny Myers, the captain of the Panthers, he'll know more than anybody, won't he, the importance of getting off to a good start. Yeah, massively. I think Myers coming into the weekend, very focused, and I think the Nottingham team over the last 4 to 6 weeks has been on somewhat of a roll. I think they've been playing the best hockey they've been playing all year, and I'd tip them for the weekend at the minute. I think with everybody back fit, they're looking strong. Matthew Myers takes the face-off circle. Funny, isn't it? That game in Newcastle that we all refer to at Whitley Bay. Who would have thought that when you look back on the year, that might have been a good turning point for the Panthers, because since then, they have been the form team in the league. Yeah, I think that turning point and a 20% public docking of wages and all of those things thrown into the mix was a key moment in the year, and since then the Panthers have come back strong. And it's the Panthers starting this first period strong as well, having the first chance on Irvins Mushchikov in goal for the Sheffield Steelers. He won the best goaltender of the Elite League award at last night's dinner at the hotel in Nottingham, where the hierarchy of the Elite League were all there. There's David Clark battling away. Sarich comes in the corner as well. Sheffield will hit the red line, and cross-ice dump up. Goes straight into Kowalski's meet, and Kowalski, what a player. We have to talk about him, because really Nottingham's dodgy patch of the season was actually when he was out injured. Yeah, I think Nottingham would have been right in the mix for the league if Kowalski didn't get injured and wasn't out for that stretch. I think him being injured and the week off before Christmas were the two key factors that pushed Nottingham out of the title race. But with him back in a full-strength team now, they're looking strong. I was with Brad Cruikshank the other night, and he said to me, "Simsy, I think I ended the Nottingham Panthers title hopes." just that one moment of madness there. Kevin St Pierre, of course, came in and replaced Kowalski, did a great job, but Kowalski now probably playing as well as any goalie in the league. Here come the Sheffield Steelers. They throw one at Kowalski. Simon behind the net. Phillips and Dowd, his two line mates. Here is captain Jonathan Phillips. And the early chances for the Sheffield Steelers now. They cycle well. Neil Clark takes a shot. Second shot comes in. Here's Clark again. Backhand. Kowalski makes the save. Puck comes back out. Simon shoots and scores. And the Sheffield Steelers get off to the best possible start. After just 2 minutes, the Sheffield Steelers lead. Good puck pressure. Got the puck on the net a couple of times. And a great finish from Simon eventually. Yeah, great finish and good work from the Steelers. Jonathan Phillips behind the net, working hard, holding the puck up, waiting for a right play. Comes around, they get a couple of shots. Kowalski does a good job getting rid of a couple of shots, a couple of efforts at goal, but they get the finishing goal there, Sheffield, and 1-0, great start for them. And Clark and Billy Ryan clash just after, and Ryan's heading off to the bench there, but that was a little bit after the goal. Well, after the goal had gone in, Ryan seemed to try and take a shot at somebody. I don't know if he got sticked in the back of the knee or he did it to himself, but
the play had already finished. He was trying to have a little afters with somebody and hurt his knee, so not really the smartest move by him if he's going to be out for any period of time now.
We always talk about the M word, don't we, in hockey, Paul? Momentum, and Sheffield have got off to that great start. A little bit of a delay before we start now as the referees discuss that Clark and Ryan incident, but Sheffield gained that early momentum. How important will that be?
Huge, especially with the weekend here in Nottingham. You know, Nottingham's got their home ice, their home fans. Some people would say home advantage. Sheffield get that early goal, quieten down the Nottingham fans, get their own Sheffield fans that have made the trip to Nottingham for the weekend, get them all pumped up. You know, they're going to be confident of flying around now, and they're going to try and build on that and keep the pressure on Nottingham. Nottingham are going to be chasing the game now.
Michael Hicks makes his decisions. We all come back to centre ice. Is it like, you've played in these events, is it like a home game for the Panthers in the playoffs, or is it slightly different because the mix of fans in the building doesn't make it quite that home atmosphere?
It's not like a home game the finals weekend. I would say it's more enjoyable than a home game because it's the finals weekend and because it's your own rink. It's awesome. The finals weekend with all the fans from the different teams being there, it's the most enjoyable weekend of the year by far.
I speak to coaches, agents, players from all around Europe, and they say you should have the best of 3, the best of 5, the best of 7. Then they come to this great weekend and they go, this is possibly one of the best weekends in European hockey. End of.
I think it's just because it's that one-off game, the semi-final on the Saturday, and then if you win the final on the Sunday, the pressure's on, and it's that one weekend for the fans, everybody to be enjoying hockey generally, the players, the fans, the coaches, everybody, and really a spectacle for the sport for the weekend. I think it's just a great advert for the sport as a whole.
Well, the Nottingham Panthers on this power play opportunity with Savage going to chase the puck. Puck comes back out and the Panthers can't control into the neutral zone. Short-handed breakaway for the Steelers. Campbell's the spare man, but the Sheffield Steelers decide to shoot it. Jason Hewitt, who's had a career year, Hewitt. Here's Campbell again, and they will hold the puck in the Panthers defensive end and just kill off a few seconds. And now they come with speed, and great speed, with Harima, who will try and throw one at the net. Kachuk's in there as well. Munn's battling. Harima comes in again.
Panthers need to try and get something going here on the power play. They haven't really produced anything for the first 60 seconds here, and they're a goal down. They could do the couple of shots.
They try and get some rubber on Mushtikov. Can't do so. Actually, it's not Harima, it's Bellamy, isn't it, who's battling down low, and Kachuk helps it on its way. But the Steelers will clear with the goal scorer Simon, who actually doesn't clear, doesn't get it out of his own zone. The Steelers do eventually. The Panthers, of course, known for having great power plays over the years, especially with Nielsen and Clark playing at the top.
Yeah, their power play is going to be key this weekend. I mean, that's the first one that they've had, and I don't even think they got a shot on goal, or maybe one shot on goal, so that's not the best start. But hopefully they can, with their special teams, how it's been produced all year and been strong, they can put some good special teams together this weekend. It's going to be key for them.
Ashley Tate, that wily old fox, gets put possession for the Steelers, and the Steelers will chip out all the way down. He comes in from Saric. Sheffield have good transition, don't they? They got players like Saric who can go from defence to offence in almost like the blink of an eye.
Yeah, great skating team, and Ben Simon's really got them working well transitionally. Their penalty kill, as you can see, they've just crushed the 2-minute PK without much effort whatsoever. They just shut Nottingham down completely all over the ice. Huey had a good shot. They're a great skating team this year, and I think that's been key for them.
Some people mock Derek Campbell, but he's had a great end to the year, and he's put in a great shift in again on that kill. And here he is again with Golubka. Campbell on the puck. Still with Derek Campbell. Campbell, oh, what a great move, Campbell. Dowd's free, Dowd shoots, Dowd scores. Super effort by Robert Dowd. But Paul, that was all about Derek Campbell.
Great shift from Derek Campbell. That's all credit to him there. You know, he works hard, couple of hits in the corner, picks up the puck, comes out, makes a nice move. He could have took a shot, holds on to it, hits Dowdy. Dowdy's just got a simple job, pops it bottom corner. It's a great shift for them. 2-0 Sheffield. This is a perfect start for them and the worst possible start for Nottingham.
Well, they've had the chance as well, haven't they? They had that chance on the power play, didn't get any rubber on Mushtikov, and Sheffield have made them pay and have hit them with two goals inside. Where are we now? Just 5 minutes and 2 seconds in to this first period, and the Sheffield Steelers lead the Nottingham Panthers by 2-0. So important. 55 minutes still to play. Corey Nelson, Rick Strachan, they just don't panic.
Well, no point panicking, especially with them. You've got the firepower that Nottingham's got, and everybody says 2-goal lead's the worst league in hockey. You need another one. 2 goals isn't enough because Nottingham gets 1 goal back, get a little bit itchy fingers, and Nottingham will think they're right back in the game. There's a lot of hockey left in this game.
Bit of pushing and shoving there. Perhaps if the Panthers got to be a bit more physical, get things going. It was David Beauregard, of all people there, not somebody you don't normally associate with mixing it, but who was getting involved.
Well, Nottingham have to stamp some sort of authority on this game. You know, they're 2-0 down inside 5 minutes. They haven't really had many chances, and Sheffield have pretty much dominated the first 5 minutes completely all over the ice. So Nottingham have really got to start stamping out some authority on Sheffield here and try and get themselves back into the game.
Arima is on, the former NHLer, first-round draft pick that came to Nottingham. And Rick Strachan, as the more pushing and shoving arrived, and there's Myers and Lapine in there, and young Mark Levers. Mark Levers gets in everywhere, doesn't he? He has no right to get in all that pushing and shoving, and he gets in every time, doesn't he? Little rink rat.
If rink rat's a funny word to use, yeah. If you watch the plays, Leaves is often the instigator. He sticks his bum out and catches a few people and rubs them up the wrong way, and then there's normally some pushing and shoving after something Leaves has done, and sometimes Leaves will be on the ice drawing a penalty against the opposition. But good job by them. Good job by Leaves' line there. That, you know, a little bit of pushing and shoving, and Nottingham, you know, they're saying, all right, we're 2-0 down, but we're still here, we're still playing, and you know, what do you got?
Doesn't get any bigger than the playoff semi-final between the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. Steelers lead the Panthers by 2-0 early doors. Ben Simon at 2:06, Robert Dowd at 5:02. Important that the big players come to play for the Nottingham Panthers tonight and get them going. A Galbraith and Arima, a Kachuk, you know, these are the big names, aren't they?
Yeah, especially Kachuk and Arima. Nottingham needs something from those guys tonight. You know, they're both first-round NHL draft picks, and a big game like this on the biggest weekend of the year, you know, those guys, Clark, Galbraith, they got to show up and they got to deliver, especially with Nottingham 2-0 down. They need one of those guys to pull something here and get them back into this game.
It's the Steelers NHL guy, Ben Simon, who's just delivered a big blow down at the far end. He's scored a goal, he's made some plays, and he's finished some hits, and Simon's leading his Sheffield Steelers, who lead 2-0 at the moment. Again, another battle down low. I was speaking with Rick Strachan, our good mate Strax, and he was saying to me he didn't realise how good that Arima was, but in the last couple of weeks, and then in the playoff quarter-final series against Braehead, it was like he just went, there's that top there, let me just find the clutch, and we're in it, and he just rose to another level.
Yeah, big time. I think the last 3-4 weeks, he's like you say, he's hit his top gear. I think a lot of Nottingham hats, a lot of their lines have really started clicking, and I think the last 4 weeks, they really look like a tasty team, and even though they're 2-0 down right now, I don't think it's too much for them to get back into this game and still make the final and maybe win this thing.
Here come the Nottingham Panthers, throw one at the net, Bellamy. Lakovic, young 7, come from nowhere in the last month or two and just really lifted his game. Makes him almost impossible to leave out of the Panthers, you know, top 9 at the moment, Lakovic.
Well, I would say Lako is, or has been the last 3 or 4 weeks, playing as smart as those NHLers we were just talking about. The kid's vision, his patience on the puck, he never gets hit, he doesn't get run over, he makes the smart plays, and he's been crucial for Nottingham. I think he'll be crucial today.
Here's Domish. Incredible skater, as I say that. He mishandles the puck just behind the goals of Irvin Mushchikov. Comes down the left-hand side to Jeff Legui, who's won 2 playoff finals before, including, of course, a playoff final against the Panthers. The Steelers victorious 2-0 3 years ago here. But the Nottingham Panthers coming back with Corey Nelson, who hits the red line and chips it in. A battle down low with Levers and Saric, and Nottingham hold the puck in. It's bouncing around, it's wobbling. Levers has a shot. Mushchikov can't get it. Levers scores.
Great work.
And straight away, the Nottingham Panthers are back in it. And the man we spoke about, Paul, Mark Levers, somehow, it didn't look like a clean shot, but it just bobbled over Mushchikov's glove. And Levers, you talk about the first-round picks, it's young Mark Levers that pulls an important goal back for Nottingham.
Well, that's going to be key. You know, good shift from Leeds. A couple of shifts ago, they had a couple of good hits. You know, they said, you know, we're still here. We might be losing the game, but it's 2-0. What do you got? We're still here. We're still ready to play. A couple of hits on that shift. Puck gets bumped back in off the boards. Good work from the D, and Leeds just puts a backhand shot in there. Bounce over Muscovich, you know, into the bottom of the net. 2-1 game on.
Game on indeed at the NIC in Nottingham. Mark Levers brings it back to 2-1 in favour of the Sheffield Steelers. And many people in the stands might have thought 2-0, game over. Not at all. And in a blink of an eye, Mark Levers pulls that important goal back. It's amazing, isn't it? We talk about, you know, the big, you know, Sheffield, Simon, Goalie, Talbot, and then you've got your Beauregard, your first-round picks. And you look at the guys who score goals, you know, Dowd, Levers, the British kids, again, so important. We've just been speaking about Lakovic as well. How much the game has changed in recent years.
Well, and I think that's a credit to the Elite League in a lot of ways, and to the British ice hockey and the way that the young Brits are coming on. The teams that are going to win the trophies, going to win the league, are the teams that have got the depth and have got, you know, those 3, 4, 5 British players that are matching the top guys on the other teams. It's about your 3 lines of depth, including your Brits and your imports. It's not like it used to be with, you know, you were relying on the top 3, 4 imports. Now it's all 15, 16, 17 guys, which includes your 3 or 4 Brits. And as Lever's just proved there, he's just got Nottingham back into this finals weekend.
And you've just seen then Robert Dowd making a great play on Danny Myers, 2 hugely important British players for their teams. The captain of the Panthers, Dowd. Big shot comes in this time off Bellamy. Lakovic will try and get it deep. He can't do so at the moment. Ryan on the puck with Globkey and Phillips. And here comes Bellamy. Big hit from Bellamy.
Good shift.
Yeah, good shift from Bellamy. And into the corner. Bellamy again with his second kill of the shift. Lakovic is out front, can't quite get there. Globkey goes to get it. Hold on, here comes that train again. Bellamy. What a shift this is from Bellamy. Now Munn and Bellamy again. Munn comes back. Bellamy rides it as hard as he can. What a great shift from Bellamy. Just trying to get his team going.
Great shift from him. Everybody on the bench is going to see that. They're going to come out next shift, next couple of shifts. They're all going to finish their hits now. I think that could be a turning point at this period now. We'll see how Nottingham build on that shift from Bellamy.
Well, you could just see Ryan then. He was just energised from it.
Well, it's key. When you're on the bench or you're ready for your next shift and you see one of your guys out there make 3 or 4 hits in one shift, you know, it really pumps you up. We've got a guy down now.
I think that's Neil Clark, isn't it, who's gone down. He clashed earlier, you recall, after the Sheffield Steelers' first goal. He clashed with Billy Ryan, and I think they may have just clashed again, Paul, just off the plate. They're all talking David Beauregard in there.
Somebody trying to give Beauregard a glove wash, a face wash, but that's not going to work. Beauregard wears the full face mask, so he's just going to be laughing at that.
Well, breaking play, penalty, as everybody kind of gets back into normal game mode here. 10 minutes and 34 seconds remain in this first period. 2-0 the Sheffield Steelers led. Goals from Simon and Dowd, but Mark Levers has pulled a goal back for the Nottingham Panthers. I was amazed with Beauregard at the start of the year, Paul, because we all remember him playing in Manchester 2 years previously before he went to Italy. And he was just a finisher in Manchester with Tony Hand and Luke Fulgham. What a great line that was. But there's a lot more to his game. His skating, his work ethic. He's a lot more physical than I remember him being in Manchester. We'll talk about Beauregard again in a moment. Panthers in the ascendancy here. Or are they? Linesman decides. No, hold on a second. Let's talk about Beauregard. He is a lot more than just a goal scorer.
Much more than just a goal scorer, and I think that's key, especially when you come into Nottingham. You know, nobody can, you know, underestimate the stacked lineup that Nottingham has. And I think a lot of people, say for example Scott Allison back in all them time ago, you know, comes in as like a star player, and when you've got other stars around you, you've got to fit into the work ethic and the systems that the team plays, and Beauregard's done that brilliantly this year.
Were you an Allison man or not?
Not when he came to Nottingham.
No, I love Scotty Allison. Here comes the Sheffield Steelers. Talbot. We haven't seen a lot of Talbot. Good work from Galbraith back in his own end, and Nielsen tries to finish off Talbot. Talbot battles. In come the Panthers again with that man Beauregard. And there's the battle between Talbot and Beauregard. That's what I say with Beauregard. I mean, he wasn't doing that in Manchester. He was just finishing. But here, he's doing everything for Nottingham.
Yeah, and it's key. That's going to be key for them. Their top end guys right through to their bottom guys have got to finish hits. They got to do every little thing right if they're going to win this weekend.
Were you in Nottingham, the very famous Scotty Allison climbing over the penalty box night?
I'd just come back from a Great Britain under-18 game tournament in France, so I actually missed the bench clearance. It was quite a shame. I would have been out there trying to throw a few bombs, I think.
Take a look on YouTube, folks, after you've watched this DVD, of course. That's a great one. Nottingham Panthers chip it back in. They're looking for that equalising goal, and here's the man who's set the tone for the Panthers, Bellamy.
Good work from Bellamy there, and look, Sheffield unlucky. It could have been a tripping call against Nottingham there.
Lepine gets it across, shot comes in, doesn't make it through to Mustyakov. Myers gets in the way. Matthew Myers. And there's another player who's had a career, great season for the Nottingham side, Matthew Myers. Irreplaceable, those kind of players.
Irreplaceable. Matt Myers has been, you know, I said before when we were doing a game up in Sheffield, Nottingham, I think, lost 6-1 and didn't have the greatest of the nights. But Matthew Myers is one of the engine guys of their team. If he's going, everybody else is going. Like that shift from Bellamy, Matty Myers the kind of guy that put shift in like that and change the game.
You need the 30-40 goal scorers, but you need the turbochargers as well, and he is that. He is that ball, isn't he?
Yeah, you need those grafting guys. But Sheffield doing a great job here on the PK again, and Nottingham are going to have to put something better together on their special teams. You know, this is the second time we've had a power play, and the transition, their breakout, they've not really got much going here, and Sheffield seem to be doing a good job.
Quite an aggressive kill Sheffield have got going here, isn't it?
Yeah, and they finish every hit, which I really like on the penalty kill, because it means Nottingham don't get to just, you know, take their time and set up. Nottingham's got to put the effort in like a normal shift and rush their plays, and Sheffield done a really good job of shutting them down.
David Clark back in his defensive zone there, helping his Panthers teammates out short-handed, and David Clark needs to be about 150 feet away from where he was there. He needs to be on the puck, top of the slots. That's where Clarkey does his best work, and the Nottingham Panthers will have to regroup. Get a line change, and there they come, 2-on-2. Savage cuts across, goes for the big hit, misses it. Clark gets it, second by, big chance out in front. It was Beauregard. Thomas commits the body on Beauregard, and that's David Beauregard's favourite position, just 3 or 4 feet out there, and Thomas made a very important interference.
He did. Great job by the keeper too.
Oh, what a goal!
Wow.
Out of nothing, Beauregard. He misses the chance close in, but then he lets a snapper go, and it just beats Mushchikov glove side. Maybe Mushchikov will be a little disappointed if he can get something on that. Danny Myers lifts his helmet. He salutes the crowd, but Beauregard goes back to the bench. The man that we've just been talking about, and Beauregard ties it 12 minutes in.
Great job by Nottingham. It actually starts with the D there. Ashley Tate makes a play up to the blue line just outside the zone. The D steps up, shuts it down, and it means the forwards can turn around and come right back in. Beauregard picks it up, takes a quick shot. Mushkov doesn't see it, and 2-2 hockey game.
Gets a kiss from Jay Galbraith as well for his pleasure.
I'm sure that's what he wanted.
Yeah. Sure, he's not the first in Nottingham to get a kiss from Jay Galbraith. Sheffield Steelers then were 2-0 up. How will they respond? It's going to be an important question, Paul, isn't it, as we head towards the end of this first period? Steelers pretty much comfortable 2-0, but the Panthers showed that dogmatic determination. Here they go again. Well, that's Paulie's views on that in a second as the Sheffield Steelers come forward.
Good work by Sheffield. They could do with trying to sneak something here, you know. They get 2 goals up and they're going to go in, although it's an even game, you know, it's 2-2, it's nothing in it. They're going to feel like a little bit disappointed as a tip comes in there from Nottingham. They were 2-0 up and they're going to go in with after being up by 2 goals with nothing.
More pushing and shoving. Phillips and Munn in there with Bellamy. Bellamy's involved in everything. Young Squires out there for the Sheffield Steelers. And, you know, Ben Simons perhaps going, OK, 2-0 up, 2-2. Let's freshen it up a bit. And he's got another body on the bench. He gets young Squires out. Phillips and Ryan both protesting their innocence.
I like that shift. Bellamy and Ryan getting something going. I see Globkey, tough guy that he is, trying to give Lakowitz a glove wash. I think he should be picking somebody who's over the age of 20 and not 11 stone dripping wet, but whatever. 2-2
with the NIC. Who's going to win this one? First semi-final, we've got Belfast and Cardiff to look forward to later this evening. The battle of the 2 British netminders, Stephen Murphy of the Giants, Stevie Lyle of the Cardiff Devils, and there are the Cardiff Devils fans to your right-hand side. In fact, I've never seen so many people from Cardiff. I think they've brought pretty much their whole fan base. It's a great turnout from the Welsh.
Yeah, great turnout from all the fans here.
Not at all. The Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers. We're off underway again. I remember some of my very first Sheffield Steelers Nottingham Panthers games in the old building on a little rickety ladder on a balcony. And the general manager of the Nottingham Panthers, he used to let his son climb to the top of the ladder, and every time Sheffield scored, this little rat of a lad, who was knee-high to me at the time, would punch me and try and throw me off, and here we are in the commentary box together again, Paul.
Those were good days up on that gantry.
They were great days.
Tommy Plummer, Tim Cranston.
They were indeed. Let's just see if the Sheffield Steelers can go ahead, because if Nottingham score, I've got a feeling Paul will punch me again. Here's Dowd. Good work from Dowd. Holds on to it. Can he get a shot away? No, he can't. Hewitt does, though. Penalty comes in, and the Sheffield Steelers are going on the power play, I fear. Yes, a holding call by Michael Hicks, and the Nottingham Panthers. A bit of afters as well. David Clark.
Is that Campbell and Nielsen in the corner?
I think Campbell and Nielsen it could be. But the Panthers who go into the penalty box, and the Sheffield Steelers power play now has an attempt to get going.
Yeah, Sheffield will be hungry to try and get a lead back here. They had a 2-goal lead, they've lost that, so if they could get a goal on the PP here, go in at the end of the first, a goal up, that would be key confidence-wise for them.
Did your dad used to give you double pocket money if you did throw me over that balcony in the old room, no?
Hey, there was fans offering me all kinds of things to throw you off there, since it.
Face off then, Sheffield Steelers power play. Ben Simon goes into the middle. He scored the Sheffield Steelers' first goal. It seems like a long time ago though, doesn't it, when Sheffield were in that big ascendancy, and they need this power play to kind of readdress the balance of it.
Yeah, they, like I say, if they can go in with the goal up here at the end of the first, that would be key for them, but they can just establish a bit of authority here and set up a good power play. That would be good as well.
We talk about those old days. This guy here, 21, Ashley Tate, was in a Panthers uniform back in the old rink, and it's Tate who gets the puck back to Savage, who throws one at the net, doesn't get there. And the Sheffield Steelers will be patient on the power play, but they'll be trying to find Legui, won't they, on the one-timer?
Yep.
And here he comes to Legui.
Yeah. Sheffield need to try and get some shots to the net here. Good work from them across the blue. Good power play there when Sarich loses it. Nottingham do a good job of clearing the zone there, and that's key.
You keep saying the power play should do better, but you have to give credit, don't you, to the penalty killers. They're the unsung heroes of the team sometimes, aren't they?
They are. You know, we spend time talking about special teams and saying the power play needs to do better and this and that, but the PK is just as important, and special teams incorporates both of those, the PK and the PP. So whichever one's doing best on the day is gonna be key for the team that wins the game. And
it's work ethic on the penalty kill, isn't it? You just can't stop those feet moving.
No. Lakowitz out here on the PK. Is that Ryan? Chasing across Beauregard. Good job from Nottingham there.
They're stopping Sheffield setting up, aren't they? They're stopping Sheffield getting over that blue line and just trying to create that scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and that's key. Sheffield are a great skating team, so if you can shut down in the neutral zone and try and stop their transition, try and stop them establishing, getting into your own zone and setting up on the PP, you're halfway there, and just send that puck back down.
Hilton Ruggles used to tell me a great story when he played Major Junior, that his coach would put his very two top goal scorers on the penalty kill, and he would say, if you're scored against, you're not going out on a power play all night. And that would make the goal scorers work really, really hard, because of course they wanted to get out on the power play later, and it kind of built in a work ethic.
I like that. If I was the coach, I think that's a good move. I think that's a way to bring your top scorers into line with the work ethic for the rest of the team, and I really like that. That's a good strategy.
Good little story. He told me that in a bar in Las Vegas once. I don't know where he came from just, but it's with me. 5-on-4, Sheffield Steelers have the one-man advantage for the next minute as they look to retain the lead. 2-0 they led with Simon and Dowd, but Levers and David Beauregard have brought it back to 2-2. Here comes Campbell. Leaves it for Robert Dowd. Campbell drives the net. Dowd looks for Clark. Campbell can't quite get there, and the Panthers just fully committed as they clear 200 feet to Muschikov, who just takes like a nice little 5-iron, doesn't he, and just plays it down the left-hand side. Sheffield come right-hand side.
Good work from Sheffield, good hustle. Dowd was actually looking for Campbell back post there. He's all alone, and I think Clark got in the way. If that had got through to Campbell, I think you could have been looking at a 3-2 scoreline going in here.
Mark Thomas comes back, collects off Muschikov. He's put under some pressure, and he throws a pizza away. Myers does great work trying to find David Beauregard, and Jay Galbraith comes back in. We haven't seen a lot of Galbraith, have we? He's one of my favourite players to watch, but we haven't seen him early stages of this first period.
No, but he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that'll probably come up with a game-winning pass or a game-winning goal at some point in the game. You can pretty much count on him to do some sort of play that's going to give Nottingham a great chance of getting through to the final. He's pretty quiet at the minute though, but he'll still be out there playing strong.
You have the feeling the bigger the stage, the more you're likely to see something from Jay Galbraith. But here's Globkey, who tries to find Hewitt and Nottingham clear all the way down. Savage can't collect, but he's one of those players, Galbraith, isn't he?
He is. He's one of the most skilled players in the league. Personally, I'd love to see him 10 pounds lighter. I think if that guy's 10 pounds lighter and a bit better in shape, he could be the kind of guy that scores 60 goals in a year in the Elite League. But
he has that ability, doesn't he? But it's like if you take that free spirit away from any of these kind of sportsmen at the top end, they sometimes lose it, don't they? If you take away that Gascoigne-ness, if you like, would he have been the same player? It's
true. It's a very good point, because the way he plays is that relaxed, skillful, you know, almost like he's dancing on the dance floor, like he's got that rhythm out there that pulls the moves and stuff like that. And I think if you turn him into more of a work ethic and a focus guy, maybe he wouldn't have those skills and he wouldn't come up with those super plays that he does at the crucial moments in time.
Thing is, if he was 20 pound lighter, he wouldn't be in Britain, would he?
That's
He'd be
correct.
in Germany, Austria, he'd be
exactly.
earning 3 times the money. Here comes the Nottingham Panthers with Nielsen, the player coach. He was under so much pressure, wasn't he, 8 weeks ago? He's got the chance of being the most successful coach in the league this season in the next 36 hours.
Who would have thought it?
Nobody
would have thought it?
Nobody would have thought it, if you're being brutally honest.
There was a petition online for his job. There was a petition online for a couple of people's jobs in Nottingham about 10 weeks ago. Who would have thought the Nottingham fans would be sat at the NIC possibly looking at 2 trophies right now?
They've got their season ticket application forms in their hand and they're ready to sign the cheque, because the Panthers are looking to take the lead against the Steelers. They're back 5-on-5. Shot comes past Mustykov's glove side. He kicks it away. Domish sinks in low and Mustykovs has to make a save, and then there's a scramble and Munn's still battling away down there. Beauregard, it's David Clark who's involved there as well. And
great work from Musterkoff there and Munn to keep that out. That was a great chance for Nottingham. Galbraith working hard down in the corner, Matty Myers, David Clark with a couple of shots. Nottingham really could have done with that goal there. They'd have come back from 2-0 down and gone in 3-2 at the end of the first. That would have been great, but good work from Sheffield to keep them out.
A reminder to keep your eye on the puck in the top left-hand corner of our screen there. I think we all know that, and Mustykov's kept his eyes on the puck. He never lost focus there, did he?
No, he's had a great year for Sheffield, and solid work from him in this first period. Other than the 2 goals, I mean, he's been great, and that was a great key save from him there.
How does a man who sets new Elite League records, has 11 shutouts for himself, a further 12th shutout with Jeff Woolhouse, and he still divides opinion whether he's one of the top netminders in the country? It's a strange one, isn't it?
It's not for me. I think him and Kowalski are the 2 best goalies in the league at point blank. I mean, I think Stephen Murphy and Stevie Lyle are great goalies, don't get me wrong, but I think him and Kowalski this year have been the best 2 goalies in the league by far. I think there's no question about it.
Domish comes back, touches the puck, icing will be called, and we'll all come back another 200 feet and have a face-off in front of Craig Kowalski, who only a week ago was confirmed as re-signing for the Nottingham Panthers. It's the most important position in your team, your goalie, and when you've got a quality guy, it's important to get him signed early, and you know you haven't got to worry about that all summer.
Yeah, he reminds me of a Trevor Robbins, without the bad knees, which I think is amazing for Nottingham, and why they've signed him already. He has to be on the books, because once you've got him signed, you can build from there as Nottingham come forward now.
They got a 2-on-1. Back door was Bellamy. Didn't come to him first time, eventually counts him too late. Danny Myers, the captain of the Panthers, chips past Bellamy. Lakovic goes to get it first, and Lakovic in a corner and he battles. And he comes out with the puck as well.
Good job by him. Sheffield get away and just chip it up the ice.
And back come the Nottingham Panthers, hit the red line, chip it in. And the Panthers go and work. And that's probably been the story of the last 15 minutes of this period, that Nottingham have probably just outworked Sheffield a little bit, been a bit hungrier.
Ever since that shift of Bellamy went, they were 2-0 down, Bellamy went out, I think he hit 5 guys in one shift, and then after that, Nottingham have finished every hit, and they basically played like Sheffield did for the first 5 minutes, and Sheffield are going to have to address that and come out in the second period and try and reassess and start again like they did at the start of the first, because it's Nottingham, like you say, for the last 15 minutes that have been hitting and been the stronger team.
Here's Domish, goes end to end, takes a shot, Kowalski denies, kicks into the corner, and the Panthers can't clear. Was that out?
That's
yes,
offside,
it was offside, yeah, and it's called.
No, is it called?
No, it hasn't been called, has it? No.
Oh.
I felt sure that went over the line. Anyway, here's Danny Myers. He just takes the puck behind Kowalski's goal. Nottingham get a shift. Matthew Myers, he's just above the puck at the moment, only hits to the red line. Legui can't get it deep. He'll have a second bite of the cherry maybe as he chips into the corner where Kowalski comes out for it. Moves the puck quickly. Squires getting his second shift of the night.
Good kid, that Tom Squires. Good little player. I like him a lot. I think you're going to see good things out of him over the next few years.
Played as a 10th forward for the Steelers. Hit double digits, had 10 goals. Here's Munn playing his last weekend of professional ice hockey. Clark with the shot. That's exactly where you want David Clark if you're in the Panthers team. And that's exactly where he was there. And he's just scored so many goals from there. An eye for goal.
Oh, he's a natural goal scorer, and he's going to be key for Nottingham this weekend, especially on the special teams. A chance like that really need him to hit the net and make Muscovich do some work, especially, last shot of the period, whistle just about to go and misses the net. But, solid period there, 2-2. Sheffield come out strong first 5 minutes, start working hard. Nottingham come back, and 2-2, pretty even period, and a solid spectacle of hockey to show the fans the top two teams in the British Elite League.
Just to confirm, 2-2 then, end of the first period. Ben Simon after 2:06, Dowd 3 minutes later for 2-0 Sheffield, but then Levers, Beauregard, but the period perhaps turned on that one shift from Rob Bellamy. We'll be back with the second period very shortly. Hope you had time for a cuppa. We're back, start of the second period, joined by Paul Moran. And I would suggest to you, Paul, that perhaps Nottingham would be the happier of the two teams, even though it's tied at 2 apiece.
Yeah, for sure. Mentally, they're going to be coming out, I would say, more positive than Sheffield, although it's an even game right now. Sheffield with 2 up, they let that lead go. Nottingham got that lead back, and Nottingham coming out focused and trying to build on getting those 2 goals back and carry on playing how they were playing for the last 50 minutes that first period.
All about momentum, and the Nottingham Panthers have it at the moment. Early whistle by our referee Michael Hicks. 3 referees this weekend. We'll see Tom Darnell in charge tonight against the Belfast Giants and the Cardiff Devils, and Murray Hansen gets the final. Will it be the Steelers? Will it be the Panthers? That Murray Hansen will be refereeing. I think this playoff weekend, as the Sheffield Steelers have that early face-off in the offensive zone, you can make an argument for all 4 teams winning this, can't you?
Big time, yeah. I think whoever, it's going to be a bit of luck, and whoever puts it together best on the weekend. Cardiff have been playing really strong. They had that spell of so many unbeaten games there, and then to not win the league, I think was pretty tough on them. Sheffield and Nottingham, as you can see here, 2 strong teams playing really well. And Belfast, they got a great amount of firepower, so it's really anybody's weekend.
Munn clears on his backhand side, doesn't get it out of the zone though, and the Panthers send it straight back in. And they'll cycle well. Beauregard's in there doing his magic.
Good work from Beauregard. Good work from Nottingham.
He protects the puck well, doesn't he? Great work here, but behind the net. Chance out in front, and the Nottingham Panthers trying to take the lead early.
Good hustle from Nottingham. Good work down low, and this line really doing a great job.
It's that Harima again, isn't it? He's involved in everything. He's there with Kachuk. And here come the Sheffield Steelers. They break with speed. They have to. It's Jeff Legui. He only goes at 1 speed. Quickly.
Good job by Nottingham breaking down and come back down the other end here.
Galbraith. Big chance. Mustikov makes the save. Penalty coming in. And we talk about good penalties. That was probably a good penalty by the Sheffield Steelers, because when Galbraith is so close and tight in front, normally he scores. And Sheffield take a penalty there on Galbraith. Yeah,
Galbraith doesn't look happy there, so I'm guessing there was a pretty good layer lumber on him as he was cutting across the front of the nets. And like you say, somebody like Galbraith with a chance like that, as the fans pour back in after missing that first couple of minutes of the period, grabbing a hot dog. Galbraith put him off, keep the game even, but now they got a 2-minute penalty to kill with Nottingham's power play. But Nottingham are going to look for their power play to do a better job than in the first period.
We're athletes, Paul. We just had water, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Puck comes back. Power play opportunity for the Nottingham Panthers. They struggled to get the puck onto the net, didn't they, in the 2 power play opportunities they had the first session. What have they got to do different on their power play?
I think they've got to outwork the PK. I think both teams' PK seem to outwork the power play of the opposition last period. When Sheffield had a power play and when Nottingham had a power play, the alternate penalty kills seem to outwork them and do a good job and get the puck clear. Nottingham need to try and move that puck around, work hard, and open up David Clark or whoever it is and get some rubber down on Muscovitz.
Clark goes to Nielsen, as just down in front is Myers. Just down behind the get was Beauregard, and the shot comes in from Corey Nielsen, makes the save. Mustikov had 7 shots. Apologies, he had 12 shots in the first period, 7 on Kowalski. So that shows the turn of events in that first period, with Nottingham in the ascendancy. Yeah,
it was that first 5 minutes Sheffield were dominant, and then I think that you can easily say for the last 12 to 15 minutes, I think Nottingham established as a more dominant team of the two, and tells with the shot talent.
Jason Hewitt and Derek Campbell come out for the Sheffield Steelers. They'll be killing, and it's Hewitt in the face-off circle against Myers. Yeah. Those 2 guys will be off to Kiev in a week or so's time, I would imagine, with the national team.
Good job by Sheffield there. Good job by Huey. Matt Myers looked like he got the face-off. Huey managed to get it back, and the D sends it round and clears. Nottingham will try and come back with it now and set something up here.
The good teams do everything at 100%, don't they? When they don't clear to the red line or the blue line, they clear 200 feet. They finish a hit properly, and that's perhaps a difference between maybe the top 5 and the others.
Yeah, big time. On the PK, when you get half a chance to send that puck, like right there, puck's got to go. And I don't mean it's got to go to the blue line or just over the blue line. It's got to go 200 feet, like you say, and make them come all the way back and set up again. And this is a good job on the PK by Sheffield again.
And Campbell will work hard as he tries to get back, but the Panthers come with speed. And Nottingham will just try and set up and get some puck possession, but Munn attacks the puck carrier. And that's what Sheffield did in the first period. They were very aggressive on the kill, but Myers does good work to Galbraith. Back with Matthew Myers. But Matthew Myers at the second bite of the cherry loses out, and can Campbell clear? He can't. The Panthers.
Good job there by Nottingham D, Danny Myers, I think, on the blue line. Or it might be Ben.
It's Ryan there, isn't it? Ryan gets
Ryan?
to Bellamy. Bellamy's shot.
Great job.
Yeah, Bellamy's shot hits the knee of Steve Munn. And Munn again battling out in front, and a bit of WWF wrestling there.
That's good. That's good work from Munn and Matt Myers in front of the net. That's solid 100% effort right there. Campbell having a little bit of afters there. I like the intensity being like this in the semi-final. This is what you want.
Well, this is what every Sheffield Nottingham game's like, and then you add the spice of a playoff here at the NIC in a sold-out building, and the Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers asking for nothing but giving nothing, and full of intensity, 2-2, and it is that intensity. And sometimes you come to these cup finals, these playoff games, and maybe they don't live up to the expectation. This one's living up to it every little bit.
Yeah, this is a huge game right now. It's end to end. Both teams are battling as hard as they can possibly battle. And this is a great game to watch right now. We'll see who can get the advantage here and take this next goal, because I think the next goal, 3-2, is going to be key.
Well, the Sheffield Steelers have this power play opportunity, and Legui, sorry, they back at full strength now, of course, the Sheffield Steelers. Shot comes in, Talbot. Haven't seen a lot of Talbot, like we hadn't seen a lot of Galbraith, but Talbot's shot was just saved there by the left pad of Kowalski.
Yeah, good save by him, good work from him, and Nottingham will try and bring it up and get a play going again here, but
first work he's had to do in that period. Here comes Talbot again. Talbot makes the pass just off to his left-hand side. Jeff Legui offside, though.
Both teams doing a good job of shutting the other team down in the neutral zone. It's a little bit chippy, but that just shows good defensive work by each team at the minute. And both teams will be trying to assess that and regroup in their transitional play. And, you know, really come back, get their speed up, and go back at the other team and try and build something offensively.
You'll see the two team benches there, and of course they're furthest away, aren't they, in the second period from their defensive ends. And if a team Sheffield can get Nottingham penned in, or Nottingham can get the Steelers penned in, it's so tough to get a change for those defensemen. They get tired, end up icing the puck and having to stay out there.
That's it, and that's key. If you can get some pressure and get a nice couple of minutes on the cycle and really make the other team's D stay out there and get tired, you can get a chance you wouldn't normally get if they had fresh legs. And Nottingham trying to get out their own end here.
Well, they took it back into their own end there, didn't they? And eventually clear out, where Simon will collect it.
Levers forcing. Good force by him. See if he can make a mistake from the Sheffield D.
Is he one of those underestimated players, Mark Levers? I have the feeling he is, isn't he? I think he's kind of looked on as a little rink rat, we said in the first period, but actually he's a lot more than that, isn't he?
Leaves is a key guy.
Big chance, Phillips. What a stop by Kowalski.
Wow.
Out of nothing, Phillips was left all alone. Sarich found him with the pass, and Jonathan Phillips there just closed his eyes and let one go. Whistle breaks now, but what a chance for the Sheffield Steelers. Big save Kowalski, who hasn't really had a lot of the puck in that second period.
No, great save by Kowalski, and I think Phillips maybe had a second or two longer than that. He could have faked the shot, took a side step to the right. Kowalski would have been sliding, maybe he could have just picked his spot better rather than just teeing up a one-timer, but you get a perfect pass like that in the slot, you're going to hit it right away, and great save by Kowalski.
Well, the Sheffield Steelers then having the better chance of the second period, even though Nottingham have probably had more puck possession and of course that 2-minute power play opportunity. And Sarich was off for the call on Jade Galbraith.
Back to what you're saying about Mark Levers, he's the kind of guy that is going to make the difference, and guys like him on your team is going to make you, win the league or win the playoff title or win the Challenge Cup, because those are the guys that are going to do those little jobs. When we're talking about sending the puck 200 feet on the PK, he's the guy that's going to get that done, and he's going to do all the little things right, and that's what you need for a championship winning team. Campbell
has Hewitt just out in front. He can't find him. Shutt comes in from the defenseman, and Kowalski makes a save. A bit more pushing and shoving. The Panthers player there, a little bit more like a pinball as he ricocheted between Hewitt, Munn and Campbell.
Hewitt giving a nice little cross check to the bottom of his back as he does. I like that.
This Nottingham Panthers team, though, it's showing some character, isn't it? It's, a lot of teams in the past might have just rolled over, died down. This one's come back and has counter-punched harder than the original punch.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the key things that Corey Nielsen did in the summer. He recruited offensively some great forwards. So no matter if you're a goal, 2 goals, 3 goals down, Nottingham have the capability to come back in the game. So as long as they believe that they can do that, it's never too much of a task for them to get back into any scoreline almost.
Galbraith tries to protect the puck. It was taken off him. Myers came across to help out, and Myers again with a hit on Tate. The puck comes back in the direction of Kowalski, ricochets around to Domish, who will send it in deep, and the Panthers use their bodies to clear. Sheffield come back though. It's Dowd again. It's very intricate there, doesn't it, as he sends it in deep behind the goal of Kowalski. Nottingham come left-hand side. Nottingham hit man over the blue line. It's with Galbraith. He looks for Myers, and Myers gets taken out, but Myers just drives the net.
Good work from him, driving hard. Nice try by Galbraith. Sheffield coming down the other end, but both ways at the minute, both teams working hard.
Big hit from Tate on Corey Nelson, who is so big. You have no idea how big Corey Nelson is until you just stand next to him, and he just rides those hits so easily, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the best defensemen in the league. There's no doubt about it, and I'm sure he'll tell you that if you ask him.
Several times.
but he is a solid player. Offensively, he's good, and like you say, he's a big, strong guy defensively, and he's hard work for forwards to play against.
He told me once he was the best defenseman ever to play in the East Coast League, and I thought that's rather arrogant. And then he's actually got an award for that, hasn't he, as the best ever? And I didn't realise it at the time when he told me.
Yeah, he made the award. He was paper mache. Him and his kids, they made it.
Chance out in front. This time it was Beauregard, and the puck just didn't get through to him. And now a battle with Jonathan Phillips and Beauregard. Simon it is that helps it on its way. Divides opinion, doesn't he, Corey Nelson? In so many ways. Massively.
But I think I think he'd be the first to admit this year, he might have made a couple of mistakes here and there, but I think he's learning as a coach, and I think if, Nottingham come away from this weekend with a trophy and have 2 out of 3 trophies, I think there's a strong case that anybody could put forward that, he's learned a lot, he's done a good job, and I think he would end up keeping his job in Nottingham. I don't think there would be a question of that, and I think he would be building on 2 out of 3 trophies. That's not a bad year.
Corey Nelson is an arrogant man, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of arrogance, is there?
I think you have to have arrogance. You got to have an ego if you're going to be successful.
And if you're going to put yourself up as a player, a coach, the top man, the go-to guy, and he does that.
That's it. And and if it goes wrong, I think he'll take the blame. I don't think he tries to put it on anybody else, and I think that has to be commendable, and I think he has to do that. So
he has quite a dry sense of humour. If you don't know him, you actually don't think he has any sense of humour at all. But actually, when you get to know him, he's quite dry, isn't he?
He's very dry indeed. He's a good guy. He's all right. He divides opinion. I think he's doing a good job.
Lakovic, who's doing a great job, sends it all the way down. Lepine just has a quick look over his shoulder and see what's coming. It's Dowd, so Kowalski will hold on, and everybody gets the skates going. I think our cameraman might have missed some pushing and shoving a little bit to our left-hand side.
Something going on.
Something going on.
Be looking down there.
Come and tell us. There we go. Bit of afters.
No one's going to be doing anything stupid, I don't think, in the second period 2-2 hockey game in the semi-finals. Too big a risk to your team. If you're even just taking a penalty that's not needed, you might end up sitting the rest of the game, especially if it costs your team a goal.
7:44 gone then, second session. Scoreless second period after a 2-2 first period. Simon for 1-0, down for 2-0, and the Sheffield Steelers looked on their way, but Levers and Beauregard scored 2 goals to then send us to a 2-2 first period break. Nottingham in the ascendancy, Nottingham with the momentum, but now after 7 minutes it's kind of died down, and you can't put a piece of paper between these two.
No, Sheffield could do it, Ben Simon or Ashley Tate or Legui or Talbot coming up with something here and getting them back ahead in this game. Ben Simon's been key for them all year. I think he's been one of their leaders on the ice, as has Huey and Tate, and they'll be looking to those guys to try and get something going here as Nottingham come up the ice.
They come up the ice and they gain the zone. Sheffield get the puck back quickly, and the Sheffield Steelers will come with the man that Paul just mentioned, Jason Hewitt, who will try and get it in deep. He can't get it too deep, and the Panthers send it back into the neutral zone where it's Galbraith at first. He tries to send a cross-ice pass, which is intercepted. Mars is about to get run into the boards here by Hewitt. The big elbow comes up. Danny looks to the referee and goes, that hit me in the nose. How come that's not an elbow?
Good shift by Hewitt. Good work by him. And Nottingham come down. Matt Myers just stumps it in, and Galbraith and Myers get a change. And Sheffield will try and come back the other way. Good job by Clark.
David Clark needs to just get that shooting into that shooting lane, that shooting position, and That's why he plays so well with Galbraith, who can find him. But Galbraith's been a little quiet, and if Galbraith's quiet, maybe Clark's a bit quiet. The shot's going to come in here from the Panthers. It is Mark Leaders, who's been anything but quiet. He's actually been one of the standout players on the ice in this first 30 minutes. Yeah,
he's had a great first 30 minutes. Should have took a shot there, tried to do the smart play and get it low and create a cycle, and Sheffield were able to grab hold of it and get it clear. But good job by him. But like you say, if Galbraith's quiet, he's the disher that Clarkey relies on, and that will mean that Clarkey's quiet. So Sheffield will keep trying to key on Galbraith, because it's a 2-for-1 deal. If they shut him down, they might shut Clarkey down as well.
Man free was Globke just in front of Kowalski. The pass just couldn't find him. And even though Nottingham have had probably more of the puck possession second period, Sheffield have had 2 good scoring opportunities. Jonathan Phillips and then Globke there. But Nottingham just keep coming, and they're coming in waves. The man leading the forecheck there is Billy Ryan. Nielsen will backhand it through the neutral zone, and Ryan will go and collect it. He's trying to get it off Bellamy. Sarich with the stop, and Bollebrook helps it on its way and clears all the way around, and the Sheffield will come down the right-hand side. Globke will chip into the corner. Does he go get a change? No, he goes to follow it up. Sarich gets the change instead. And the Panthers, with their captain Myers, sends a long pass that almost got through the Sheffield Steelers there, and the Panthers could have been away. Nottingham always look for that stretch pass, don't they? They love that long pass that will just go through 2 zones.
They do indeed. Danny Myers there, if that had got through, there's a chance for Sheffield. Talbot coming in.
Yeah, and Legui with a shot, but he doesn't get it on net, and Kowalski guides it well. Tate was in front as well as the second bite came round from the far side. Now Nottingham, Bellamy, big shot, goes whistling past the ears of Mushtikov. Look how far he's gone all the way back
Sheffield
down.
Come back down the other way, 3-on-2. Ashley Tate with the shot goes top left. Good save, Kowalski, Talbot.
And that line hasn't really clicked yet, but it had its opportunity there with Talbot, Legui and Tate on a 3-on-2. That was all from that bullet of a shot from Bellamy, wasn't it?
That's the danger. If you miss the net and it comes all the way around, you might get caught in the transition going the other way. And like you see, a 3-on-2 could have been 3-2 Sheffield there. It's dangerous.
Steve Munn, the defensive defenseman, goes across to Thomas, who tries to get one deep, but he can't get much past the Nottingham Panthers blue line. Sheffield will come again. Nottingham meet them there. Talbot.
Good shift from Talbot here. Good work from him. It's getting in Nottingham's end, getting in their faces, pulling a few moves. It's good. Thomas sends it round, and Sheffield will chase it down.
You don't want to get hit by Matthew Myers, and the Sheffield Steelers defenseman didn't there. Oh, how important was that little stick there from Kowalski as the puck came from behind the net. Kowalski's having more to do as this period progresses, and the Nottingham Panthers eventually clear. And they'll clear to Galbraith. Galbraith over the blue line, puts the brakes on, protects the puck, but then gets it taken off him into the neutral zone. And the Panthers then chip in. Sheffield looking a little bit flat-footed. They'd lost the puck for a second there, and was that Kachuk it was who got the forehand and the backhand shot away, and then he drives Mushtikov into the net. A little bit of after second shot saved Mushtikov, and Kachuk's involved in everything just out in front. And we haven't seen a lot of Kachuk, but he's had a couple of chances there.
A couple of big chances. Nielsen got another shot in too. And Sheffield's keeper did a great job keeping him in the game there.
I know it sounds daft, but Nielsen, he's Galbraith again, and he fires one just over the shoulder of Mushtikov. But Nielsen does find a way of getting the puck through. So many defensemen take the shot, he ricochets off a knee, a shin pad, an elbow, wherever. But Nielsen does get his shot through, doesn't he?
Well, I think, yeah, and I think that's the difference when you talk about him being one of the better defensemen in the league. It's because of those little things. When the puck needs to get cleared out of his own end, he finds a way to do so on the penalty kill or on 5-on-5. And when he picks the puck up there and there's a guy charging down on the blue line, he doesn't try and walk around him. He takes his time, and he's smart enough to know he just wants to get it through the traffic, hit the net, and see if something can happen. And instead of trying to tee up a big, top corner slap shot. He's a smart guy.
This is the line that's been doing some damage, though, for the Nottingham Panthers, with Ryan at centre, Bellamy on the right-hand side, and young Lakovic, who's just come up through the ranks, hasn't he, in Nottingham. Had that 1 year in Manchester, didn't he? He went and played in the EPL 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think he learnt a lot from Tony Hand. I used to watch him play. Him and James Neal used to play, and they were 6-7 years old, and they used to dominate, score about 40 goals a year. And now I would say he's one of, I can see him getting picked for the GB team.
Is he the next big thing?
I think he's one of the smartest British hockey players that is playing in the elite league right now.
And he's under contract to the Nottingham Panthers for next season as well, so they'll be delighted that Lakovic is going to be performing here at the NIC. Here come the Steelers. Talbot fires one, and the 8-iron out with a 5-iron would have done, and whistles over the goal of Kowalski, over the plexiglass into the netting, and comes back down.
Game's gone a little bit flat now. I think both teams are trying to make sure that they don't make any mistakes and kind of waiting the other team out and see who can pick something up or catch the other team on transition and get the go-ahead goal. Doing a good job of shutting each other down, but not the same offensive plays that we were seeing in that first period.
When I got up this morning, Paul, I thought it would be a tight game. I didn't expect a goal feast, and that first period of 4 goals perhaps surprised me a little bit. This is more Sheffield Nottingham kind of hockey, isn't it?
Yeah, more your really tight games, defensive hockey, and then it's a mistake or a great play by somebody that's going to be the difference.
I can see a few more goals tonight. I can see 6, 7, 8 goals perhaps between the Belfast Giants and the Cardiff Devils.
Yeah, definitely. Sheffield come away here.
Yeah, and Phillips will go and chase right-hand side behind Kowalski's goal. He's met by his line mate Clark, who gets it back to Jonathan Phillips, but the Nottingham Panthers, led by Danny Myers at the back end, he will chip round and comes Lapine. He'll hit the red line and will send one in the direction of Mustyakov. He lets it go pretty quickly to Saric, and as the Nottingham Panthers take a change, they keep the puck in, and Saric couldn't clear. Second bite of the cherry for.
Good job by Beauregard finishing his hit there.
It was a great job on Saric there. That's what we were saying earlier, wasn't it? There's a lot more to David Beauregard. Here's a chance out in front, and Mustyakov makes a save again. Nottingham throwing men at the net. They're getting good traffic in front of Mustyakov, aren't they? Penalty coming in as well.
Delayed penalty here, and you know what? This is all from the work of Beauregard there. Working hard in the corner, finishing his hit. Puck comes out, Nottingham get a shot out of it. Goal scoring opportunity.
Beauregard, I think he was going to the penalty box, and Michael Hicks saw something there. I thought it was Sheffield. They were under pressure, who took a penalty, but an interference called by Michael Hicks, and the Sheffield Steelers easily go on the power play. Strange one.
I don't think Nottingham will be too impressed with that call, to be honest. I don't really see where Hicksy found an interference call on that play, but it's key. Sheffield will take it all day long and try and build something here on the PP.
So power play opportunity for Sheffield. They get the automatic face-off in the offensive zone. I like that rule when you get a penalty, wherever it is on the ice, face-off in the offensive zone. I think that rule's benefited. I think
that, it makes for more interesting. It gives the offensive team that start that they want right away and just see what you can do. But Sheffield didn't do anything with it there, and come back with Saric and see what they can build here.
It's hot in our commentary position, but it's even hotter down on the ice, where the Sheffield Steelers are looking to take the lead against the Panthers on the power play. We haven't had a power play goal yet. Third opportunity for the Steelers. Nottingham already had 3 of their own. Man out in front, and Kowalski makes the double stop, and the Panthers send it 200 feet down to Mustykov's goal.
Wow, I don't know how that stayed out. I don't know who that was in front there. I think it was Phillips with a big chance, and Nottingham lucky there to get away with that and send it all the way down the ice.
Saric will collect behind the goal of Mustyakov, and he can turn defence into offence in a blink of an eye, and he gives it to Talbot, who gives it back to Saric, who takes the shot. It just whistles past the post of Kowalski. Ashley Tate. And this is where Sheffield normally do their best work, when they're all set up on the power play. When Nottingham force them, shot comes through, kicked away Kowalski.
Good job from Kowalski there, great job, and Sheffield will try and get some transition and come back again. Couple of shots Sheffield have had, couple of chances on the PP. It's a decent PP for them, but if they don't get anything out of it, doesn't really make a difference.
It's normally Saric and Lagoy at the back end of the Steelers power play. Their second unit out there with Bollebrook and Domish at the moment. Myers is going to have to battle in the corner, gets taken down. But full commitment to get the puck out. Worry about the hit second. That was the only thing on Danny's mind.
Put your body on the line and get the puck over the blue line, and that's a great job for them. Kills 25 seconds of the PP.
You got 4 months to recover on the beach, haven't you?
That's it. After GB. After it goes to GB.
Sheffield will come left-hand side. Steve Munn with the nosebleed. He doesn't normally get that far forward, but Munn it is. Oh, it's Dowd. My apologies. Dowd.
Good work from Dowd. Sends it down low. Good work from Sheffield on the PP. They're doing a good job. Mark Thomas sends it back round, and there's a setup here with Campbell, who'll try and find a guy going to the net. It's a little bit lazy.
Yeah, it was lazy, and Kevin Bollebrook was that man, but the pass was going to come to him a long time after it should have done, all the way back. Where Sheffield will collect again with the youngster from Stockport, Mark Thomas. You say youngster, actually, he's an old vet now, isn't he? He must be about 26, he's an old boy.
26, 27, he is. He's come a long way. Great guy, Tomo.
At 14 as well.
I know, a great guy. He's done a great job, had a great career, and I wish him all the best.
Started life in his elite league career, of course, with the London Racers. And they played with Dennis Maxwell down there at Ali Pala in the good old days, before joining the Steelers when Maxwell was the coach.
He actually started his career, Dave, with the Manchester Storm.
Right. Manchester
with
Storm.
Huey, because I used to have fights with Huey when they played there, and he used to fight.
They played that 1 year, didn't they?
Yep.
In the MEN.
Yep.
Here's Lakovic. He might be starting his career with the Nottingham Panthers. I have a feeling he might be ending it somewhere else. Maybe not in this country. He's played great, and he just gives you a great chance out in front again from Lakovic. He looks like a player who could play in any kind of league.
Yeah, great work from Nottingham here. They got back to even strength, 5-on-5. Lakowicz playing great here, and Nottingham really working hard. Clark keep it down low, try and keep building this momentum they've got going here.
Yep. Line change as sees Galbraith replace Lakovic. Ryan goes behind the net. Clark stands just in front where he does so much of his damage. Just keep your eye on Clarkey out in front. Clarkey has to peel off now and goes to collect and retrieves the puck. Sends it behind the net.
Good job. Nielsen keeps
Nielsen.
it down.
And Clark get a shot away. No, he can't. Second man to that one. And the Nottingham Panthers have to retreat and come back. Kowalski moves it quickly. Important as well. We talked about those changes. Big chance out in front. Nielsen with the shot. Went forehand, backhand, and Mushchikov denies.
And it all started with Kowalski being a great smart play there. Phillips sent it down the ice for an icing. Sheffield were dying. You know, that Lakowicz late. They had a line change, managed to keep the pressure on in the Sheffield end Nottingham. Kowalski came out, stopped the icing call, sent it right back up the other end of the ice. And look who it is, Corey Nielsen coming in with a big chance.
We spoke at the start of the period about where the benches are for the second period, and that was a great example. Sheffield just couldn't get a change. They couldn't get off.
No, and really smart play from Kowalski. Him making a smart play like that in his own end creates goal scoring opportunity at the opposite end of the ice.
You know what? If there's been a difference in goaltending in the last 10 years that you can see over here in the UK, it is that the movement of the puck off the goalies. They play the puck so much better than they used to, don't they?
Yeah, they used to stay in their own net and concentrate on just making the saves, and then the D would sweep up the mess basically. And now that extra player making the extra pass, and you see in the stats getting assists, second assists on goals and stuff, it's that more active goalies that really help their team.
Well, down at the other end, great defensive work from the Panthers. Stop Legui getting the shot away. Sheffield will, they're just getting outnumbered a little bit in the neutral zone at the moment. Corey Nielsen comes back. He's that young Nikolov. Nikolov makes the pay through the middle. He's had a good year in Nottingham. Nikolov, I thought he was a little shaky early doors first period, but since then has responded well.
Yeah, steady defenseman, does all the smart plays, makes the smart plays, and he's playing solid for Nottingham. Sheffield need to try and get something going here. I think Nottingham in the last 5 minutes since that shift with Lakowicz and a couple of chances has been the better team the last couple of shifts, and Sheffield will want to try and get a couple of shots and get back going in this game.
Van Hoof hasn't had a shift. 6 defensemen the Nottingham Panthers bring into this semi-final against the Sheffield Steelers, because of course Stevie Lee joins Danny Myers and the import quartet that they've got now. But we'll talk more about that in a second as Simon comes forward. He's got Clark just out in front of him. Simon couldn't find Clark. Simon's battling away. Clark comes in second man, and Simon and Clark eventually take the puck from Danny Myers. Ryan has come back in great speed and tenacity. Lakovic now, and
great
look
job
at Lakovic on Domish. Steelers still with the puck. Get it back to the top. Fires it from Phillips. I don't know if Kowalski made a save on that, but Bellamy will chip out off the boards into the neutral zone. Munn will send it back in again, but it hits his home player, Clark, who was coming out of the zone. Join the Nottingham Panthers from the Guildford Flames on deadline day.
Matt Myers gets shut down on the face-off there using his foot. See, that's one rule I don't like. I think the strongest sentiment should be if you use your feet, whatever you use, I think it should just be a battle down there in this face-off circle.
Sometimes you get the feeling the officials that they don't want battles anymore, do they? And
no.
Battle's what the game's all about. You don't want the eye sticks and the elbows and all that stuff, but you've got to allow 2 grown men to battle, haven't you?
The gritty plays is what makes the intensity of the Nottingham Sheffield game so fun to watch. And I think they need to make sure that they keep that as much as they can. Great save from Kowalski.
He saw it late. He saw it very late. Here's the Steelers again with Hewitt. Will get it in deep. Man alone is Campbell behind the net, but Nielsen just patiently waits, bides his time, finds his moment, and then sends a pass forward. Botherbrook can't control, and the period will count down. And Paul, we had a 4-goal first period. We had a scoreless second session. It's now a game of chess, isn't it?
It is. Pretty even period there. Both teams playing solid defensively. and it's going to come down to either a brilliant play by somebody or a cruel mistake that somebody makes that I think is going to decide this in the third period.
Okay, a 2-2 first period, a second period 0-0. We're going into the third, but will it be third and final, or is overtime beckoning as the Sheffield Steelers take on the Nottingham Panthers in the first semi-final of the 2011 Elite League playoffs? Don't go anywhere. Okay, folks, you're sitting comfortable. You're on the settee at home. Third period about ready to start. Who's going to win this one, Paul? 2-2, end of 2.
Well, money's on Nottingham. They came back from 2 down. I think they're solid. I think they got the firepower to get the game-winning goal.
Well, is Paul going to be right? The Panthers in the black uniform, left to right on your screens. And the captain of the Panthers, will he be lifting that trophy in 24 hours' time? Danny Myers already lifted the Challenge Cup in the white uniform. The Sheffield Steelers, their captain Jonathan Phillips already lifted the Elite League Championship. So one of those two guys has a great chance of lifting a double. Sheffield putting pressure on Nottingham early in the period with Ashley Tate. Myers moves the puck pretty quickly. He gets it out to Lapine. Misses his pass. Myers comes back and off the glass into the neutral zone. Chance now for the Steelers to get it back in again. They don't do so, and Nottingham will come. Harima on the puck. Puts the brakes on. Throws one across, and Panthers will go chasing. Shot comes in and kicked away. In fact, actually, Mushakov never really saw that. He kind of just hit him and rebounds into the corner. And Legui and Talbot will battle down low, but Nottingham started the period with Jade Galbraith in the ascendancy as Legui gets a change, and Sheffield will hit the red line, and the rest of the unit will now change as well.
Yep, steady start from both teams. A little bit scrappy. It's kind of like the second period. It's like you said, Dave, game of chess. It's
Nobody wants to make that mistake, do they?
No, so it's going to be a pretty focused regroup every time each team comes back. They're going to come back, all the forwards are going to come back for a transition, and they're going to try and rebuild and go down the other end and see what they can create. But no one's going to really risk anything or run the risk of letting their side have a 3-on-2 breakdown coming back the other way.
And this has been the line, hasn't it, that's caused the most damage for Nottingham.
Yep, good face-off by them. We'll see if they can build on a couple of shifts they had last period. Nice source, back door, almost gets through.
I think Hewitt just got a little bit of that, didn't he? He was coming back, and Bellamy just couldn't make it to the loose puck.
Yeah. Sheffield don't clear, though. Puck comes back in, see if Nottingham get a shot out of it. It's a bit of a mess out there
at the moment. They're just running into each other, aren't they?
Yeah. Sheffield clear. Shut down, though, on the blue line, kept back in. Like we said, a bit of a scrappy shift here. We'll see if anybody makes anything out of it or can settle down and regroup and get some solid transitional play going.
It's amazing, a line that's been fluid for 40 minutes all of a sudden can just kind of come off the page.
Yeah, good play guy Campbell could do getting a shot at net there. Good turn.
Campbell, who set up Robert Dowd's second goal, and Sheffield were on their way at 2-0, but the Nottingham Panthers have courageously come back and have tied this and looking to take the lead here. Whistle will blow as Kevin Bollebrook. In fact, he doesn't blow. Kevin Bollebrook holds on to it and leaves it for Steve Munn. Simon goes to his left. The Nottingham forecheck with 2.
Shut down again.
And turned over again. And here come the Panthers. Big bullet of a shot. Doesn't get through to Mustikov's the first. Off the top as well. Oh, and that was almost like a set play. He was going to be coming back to Harima, wasn't it?
It was, but Sheffield pick it off and come back down with a shot the other end. Luckily goes wide.
Neil Clark. What do you mean luckily? You're in your Nottingham hat, kid. Here's Simon. I'm not allowed to wear hats. You're not allowed to wear hats. Simon, drop pass. Legui. Oh, he gets turned over right on the blue line. Breakaway chance. Drop pass Kachuk. Big shot comes in. Just goes wide of the goal of Mustikov's. Bowie goes late joining the play, loose puck out in front, and Mushakov dives over. Great chance, nice little drop pass by Kachuk.
Yeah, great play. Luckily, it went wide for Mushkovitz. But yeah, good job, nice play. He needs to hit the net there. One timer from, right where it says National Ice Centre. I think if he hits the net, he's got a good chance of giving Nottingham a lead there and maybe 3-2 up.
Be as biased as you like, mate. You're a Nottingham lad who played many years for the Nottingham Panthers, 1 year for the Sheffield Steelers as well. And You'll be able to give us your Belfast stories a little bit later tonight.
I will indeed. You see if Matt Myers gets his face off. He does. Comes back. Nielsen.
We'll trip it round. And Galbraith is being forced in the corner there by Domish. Protects the puck well, Galbraith, and he gets it back. He's got that big backside, hasn't he, Galbraith, and he sticks it out, and you kind of can't get around it. But the Sheffield Steelers do this time, and it's Domish, left-hand side, who will hit the red line and will try and chip it in deep, but he doesn't get it in deep. And the Steelers have to kind of put the brakes on, and it just holds the fluidity of the play up. Domish eventually brings it forward, more kicking than puck handling.
Good hustle by Matt Myers there. Great job by him to shut Domish down and come out with it. He's still got it now.
He has got it as well, hasn't he? He comes right inside, hits the blue line, can't get it in deep. But that's exactly that's Matthew Mars' game. Matthew Mars at his best.
It's going to be a play like that that's going to change the game today. Somebody's going to break a play down. Somebody's going to do something like that. Could be a Myers, could be a Levers, whoever it is, or Huey, and then it's going to come down the other way, and it's going to be a game changer.
The Sheffield Steelers just can't get good puck possession in the offensive zone, and the Nottingham Panthers are forcing every kind of issue, and they're chipping out and getting the puck in deep. And the Steelers star forwards, your Laguise and Talbots, they're doing too much work in the other end. Here's Sarich, perhaps made the wrong option going left-hand side to Tate there.
Sheffield need to try and get something going here.
And they get caught with a loose puck, perhaps overhandling a little bit, getting a little bit anxious. Here comes the Panthers with Billy Ryan. Drop pass, backhand, this time from Kachuk.
Good save. Sheffield come back up the other end of the ice with it. It's flowing better now. It's going both ways. Kowalski comes out to play the puck. It's picked up behind the back of the net by Danny Myers. Whistle. Yeah, whistle's gone. Give him a chance to rest. Better last couple of shifts. More flow to the game. Couple of shots both ends of the ice.
Breaking play. The Sheffield Steelers and Panthers both taking the opportunity to get a change quickly, and it's important to change quick. Both these teams have got 3 full lines here. Short, sharp shifts. The heat in this building, it's draining, and you don't want to be the guy caught out there tired, do you?
Not at all. Key is short shifts and teams being focused right now. And I think you can see after the first period, I think because of the heat in this building, I think a lot of people will probably dehydrate, and maybe that's why the game's tailed off a little bit. Hasn't got the energy it had the first 20 minutes, because the amount of water these guys will have lost in the first 20 minutes, and they probably lost 3 or 4 pounds apiece.
I could do with being down there right now then. Face-off win for the Steelers. Shot comes in. Kowalski just gets a bit of it, chips it into the corner, and the Sheffield Steelers will come on the power play. And the chance out in front was firstly for Clark. Sheffield will try and rotate. They've got Dowd just out in front. That's just where he scored earlier, and he was the guy who gave him the puck on that occasion. Second unit out for the Steelers on this power play with Campbell and Dowd. Puck comes back to the top, and it'll be the Steelers will send it in with Domish. Dowd takes a shot, and Kowalski gets his glove to it. Clark was coming to try and screen, and Kowalski saw it all the way.
Good shot. Clark's telling Dowd if he shoots it low there. Kowalski's got a good glove. Clark's in front of the net. He wants that shot 6 to 12 inches off the ice. That's where Kowalski's not going to see it with the guy screening him in front. If he puts it up top, Kowalski's got a good glove, good blocker. He doesn't have to do as much as he would with his legs if Dowdy shoots it low. On the PP, shoot it low there. I think he's got a better chance of getting it in the net.
The minute's ticking away at the NIC on a Saturday afternoon, and it's 2-2 between the Steelers and the Panthers. Probably one of the very first times the Steelers are the home team in Nottingham. How strange does that sound? Wearing their white uniform as league champions, of course. They're seeded 1 coming into this playoff 4, and therefore are seeded as the home team. But look at that. That's just great defensive work there from Matthew Myers on that penalty kill. He just breaks up a play, kills 15-20 seconds, and so important. Gain some momentum back for the Panthers. But here come the Steelers. Offside called against Joey Talbot. But we can keep on talking about Matthew Myers, can't we? And those are the things he does so well.
Great job by him, great hustle. But I think it was Laguie trying to set up there. They're on the PP, and that's where he's got to be more focused. He's got to be working at 100% rate, not 80-85 because he's on the PP. Because if he works at 85%, 90%, Matt Myers is going 100 miles an hour, and he's going to shut him down, kill 25 seconds, and do a great job. And Sheffield need to make something out of a PP situation.
Are Sheffield trying to be too intricate, looking for that perfect play, that perfect pass, instead of getting the noses dirty?
In some ways, I think both teams are, like we said, being big chance here comes in.
Simon, he's had a penalty shot. Lepine got his stick over the shoulder of Ben Simon. Well, take a look from what Michael Hicks says. Kowalski's
he's in all alone there.
He was all alone there, and Simon with the breakaway. The long pass finds him. I have a feeling, Paul, we've got a penalty shot on our hands.
Oh, this could be the game-changing moment right now. Kowalski's a pretty good goalie on the penalty shots, but if Sheffield have got a penalty shot, that's key. If they can get a goal now, 3-2, third period, that's the best start they could have hoped for.
Ashley Tate and Ben Simon both having a word with Michael Hicks, but the new rule is the guy that gets taken down is the guy that takes the penalty shot. So it's Ben Simon versus Kowalski. Where's your money?
My money's on Kowalski.
Okay, I'll put my couple of quid on Simon. This is a big change. We said who would go 3-2 up and a big possibility of winning this game. And there is the player coach of the Sheffield Steelers, Simon. He scored the Sheffield Steelers' first goal, and he'll come right down the middle against Kowalski. He waits, he takes a shot, and he shoots it straight into Kowalski, just at the bottom of his glove. Kowalski makes the save. Wow, what a big moment for the Nottingham Panthers.
Looked like the puck might have bobbled on him a little bit. I think he was trying to go right up top, up shelf, and it didn't get up there. Kowalski made a good low glove or pad save, and Simon will be pretty upset. That was a big chance to them. That's huge if they'd have gone 3-2 up. Great confidence boost for Nottingham. Great job by Kowalski.
Super job by Craig Kowalski. And at the moment he's backstopping his team.
Sheffield still on the PP here though, so if they can make something happen, then that's not such a big loss if they can get a goal here.
Tate moves the puck quickly, comes back out to the top. The big unit are on for the Steelers, and that's the man they look for, Goalie. Savage tries to find him early, sends a shot in, intercepted, doesn't get through to Kowalski, and the Panthers chip out, and Savage will come all the way back again.
It's going to be a big game changer right there, that miss. If Sheffield don't make anything happen on this PP.
And here's another great chance. Offside called as Simon was free, about to release the trigger. The guy on the far side, I think Jeff Goalie, was just caused offside.
If Sheffield don't get anything out of this power play, Dave, Nottingham are going to be that's a massive confidence boost for every guy on the team. Their goalies just saved the penalty shot. They kill the power play that Sheffield have right now. If Sheffield don't get anything out of it, and then everybody gets a drink of water and they go again, and they bring a challenge to Sheffield now.
Important the two bench coaches play their role there and keeping their teams up and they're able for the Sheffield Steelers. And Rick Strachan, what a job Strax has done, hasn't he, since he left that TV position and went back behind the bench. He seems to have made a difference in Nottingham.
Yeah, I think he's just given that greater sense of calm and organisation when you've got a player coach, especially Cornelius, who's out there so much. You need somebody manning the troops and just a voice of reason behind the bench, making sure everybody knows who's going and who's up. And Sarich coming up the ice here, trying to get it in. Nottingham break it down in the neutral zone. Great penalty kill by Nottingham here.
Talking just to Strachan's voice, it's anything but a calm voice, isn't it? It just goes through you.
Come on, come on.
He's shouting that now to get back as the Sheffield Steelers come forward, but the Nottingham Panthers again look in control of it here. And they clear out, but they can't get it out of their own zone. Campbell will try and be first into that corner, but he's joined by his mate Hewitt, and he gets a big hit in the corner from Galbraith coming back. Shot comes in, doesn't again hit the target, goes whistling past Kowalski's goal, and the Nottingham Panthers will come again. And here is that man Bellamy. We keep talking about that shift he had in the first period. He's trying to get it going again, third session, but loses out, and now it's Sheffield's turn to come. With Domish will take a shot, kicked away by Kowalski. Domish picks it up behind Kowalski's goal, and the Nottingham Panthers go to cover. Domi skates so well, but he's been well contained, I felt. All the time he's had good puck possession and he's been in the offensive zone. Nottingham have always been goal side of him.
Yeah, and then they've kept him to the outside all night, which is key. If they make him skate down the outside, Kowalski, being the great goalie that he is, he's going to save 9 out of 10, if not 10 out of 10 shots from the outside. So as long as you don't let Domish cut inside, keep him to the outside, shots to the outside, Kowalski will make the save and the D can clear it up. And Sheffield haven't done a lot off this power play here. They definitely haven't done as much as they will have wanted to.
Not at all. There's Globke. A concussion in the building in Nottingham in his first Steelers-Panthers game of the season. The former NHLer, he ran into Guy Lepine, one of the big Lepine massive hits. You certainly don't want to get hit by Guy Lepine. Big, strong, tough. Actually, after all the dummies went home, he ended up being the toughest guy in the league by quite some way, didn't he, Lepine?
I think by far he's the silent, the sleeper tough guy of the league, and I think he's key. Anybody that has him on your team, it's that extra level of toughness that's going to stop somebody like Varf or anybody running around, because Lepine's more than happy to stand up and drop the gloves and keep everybody honest, and that's key.
Looking for that go-ahead goal again. They chip it in right-hand side, and Mark Thomas, we just loses out. Here is Kachuk, and Kachuk's looking for some options. Arima's forced free. Oh my God, what a shot from Arima. NHL quality shot. Thomas couldn't control Kachuk in the corner, and Kachuk found Arima. Wow, that's a first-round draft pick. That is an NHL shot, and it was going to take something like that to beat Mushtakov. Panthers lead 3-2.
Great goal, just a simple play. Stevie Lee gets the red line, cross corner dumps it. Kachuk comes in, hustles the D hard, grabs it off and turns around, and he just fires a pass to Jeremias, who finds a 1.5 feet, 2 feet of space. I didn't even think he had space to fire a shot like that. He just drills it, top corner. Sick goal, great job. 3-2 Nottingham, third period. They're looking strong now. Kowalski saved that penalty shot. Now they're 3-2 up. They're going to be confident. The Panthers fans are going wild. We'll see what happens now. Can Sheffield respond?
Well, the Sheffield Steelers led by 2-0, but the Panthers have come back and hit 3 straight. They lead this playoff semi-final 3-2. And we've only just got over 12 minutes remaining in this game. 48-38 at the time of Jeremias' goal. Less than 12 minutes remaining. Here's Goalie. Sends one forward. And we have a penalty. We've got a hook in mind. It's against the player coach of the Nottingham Panthers, Corey Nielsen. And Nielsen makes his way to the penalty box. Steelers have a power play right after the go-ahead goal from the Panthers. Not the greatest of timing for Nottingham to concede.
Terrible time to concede a penalty. I mean, it looked like it could have been a hook in minor, so I'll give Hicksy the benefit of the doubt and tell him, say it's a good call, but that's perfect for Sheffield. Ben Simon's going to rally his troops here and see if they can get something right back and get right back into the game.
We talk about special teams. We haven't seen a power play goal all night yet.
No, and Sheffield really needs something right now. They're 3-2 down, 3 unanswered goals. Saric, Simon, Tate, Legui. The big guns have got to come up with something here.
And they've got their first unit out, and that unit's got to stay out there and just try and create something. Legui races to the loose puck. Saric gets there, gives it back to Jeff Legui. Legui's got Saric at the top. Simon's just out in front. Doesn't come round to him at the first time of asking. Tate will try and get a puck through the crease. Doesn't get to him again. Puck comes back out to Saric. Simon's in front. Simon gets a tip, and we're tied again. Kowalski doesn't like it too much, but Simon's tip off the shot from Rod Saric, our first power play goal of the game, and the Sheffield Steelers back in it. We're tied at 3.
Well, we said no PP goals all night. Sheffield needs something. Huge opportunity for them to get something right back. They do a good job working the puck around. Saric does a great job picking up the puck on his backhand, top of the blue line, turns it around forehand, quick shot to the net, just gets it to the net, six inches off the ice. Ben Simon gets a tip. 3-3 hockey game. Sheffield couldn't have asked for more. Perfect opportunity, power play, and they convert the chance, and wow.
Sheffield led, Nottingham led. Now we're tied again. Sheffield Steelers and Nottingham Panthers hockey at their very best, and they picked the right moment for it as well. The playoff semi-final, don't forget folks, still to come. The Belfast Giants and the Cardiff Devils after this one's finished. But is this one finishing in 3? Or could we be going to sudden death overtime? It's 10 minutes of the death overtime this year, Paul, not the normal 5 if we go to an extra period.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Crazy how the 20 minutes in the middle session was kind of chippy. First 7-8 minutes of this period was chippy. Jeremias drills one top corner, and in the space of 2-3 minutes we got another 2 goals to add to the mix, and still a tied hockey game. It's a great hockey game and a great advert for the sport of hockey right now.
Well, you can see the logos of all 10 Elite League teams, and there's fans here from all of those 10, and they've all picked their side for the weekend. Obviously the Sheffield fans will be cheering anybody but Nottingham in any game, and the Nottingham fans anybody but Sheffield. And pretty much everybody else is pretty much in the mix, aren't they? They pick and choose.
Yeah, a bit of pushing and shoving here from Jonathan Phillips and a couple of players. I like it. Jono getting the intensity going. His team just got right back in the game with that power play goal, 3-3. I miss the Nottingham Sheffield games. I miss this weekend and the Nottingham Sheffield games. Those are the games that I talked to Warren Tate about it the other week. Those are the games that you really miss, those big games, the Boxing Day games, standing on the blue line for the national anthem, having a fight with Mark Lefebvre. Well, it's a bit one-sided. I wouldn't really call it a fight. But
did he beat you easily?
But Nottingham trying to come out their zone here, and I think you'll see a defensive, more minded play here. Neither team's going to want to make a mistake again.
Globke's all over the back of the Panther, and it's got to be a penalty. That's a clear-cut penalty,
it's a bad penalty,
making it very easy for Michael Hicks and Globke. No arguments from the Sheffield Steelers, number 3. So we saw the Sheffield Steelers score the first power play goal of the afternoon when Corey Nielsen went to the box. Globke's penalty now sends Nottingham on the one-man advantage. Important times here. If Nottingham can get the noses in front, time's running down for the Steelers.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes to go. It's a bad penalty by Globke. And Nottingham, if they can capitalise and get their PP off the mark, then try and get back ahead in this game. We'll see what happens. Sheffield's PK's been solid all night, and I'm sure they'll be trying to do the same thing, forcing hard again in the corner.
They are forcing hard. 3 men down low. Mund versus Myers, and Myers is going to come away with it. Myers and Bellamy, and the puck comes back out to Matthew Myers, but the Sheffield Steelers send it 200 feet down behind Kowalski's goal.
Good job by Sheffield. Make Nottingham come all the way back, set up again, and Nottingham coming back again with the puck here. Lapine
moves it quickly to Bellamy, who just about avoids the incoming Rod Sarich and got it in deep, but just offside call.
Yeah.
He's a tough old character, Bellamy, though, isn't he?
He is.
I'm sure he's been hit as hard as he hits himself, and he can give it and take it.
Yeah, and him and Ryan have been key for Nottingham all year. They're go-to guys that keep the work ethic and the intensity up all game long till the last shift of the game, and I think that's rubbed off on a lot of the other guys on the Nottingham team this year.
And young Lakovic has picked up on that. He's played alongside them 5-on-5 for a lot of this opening semi-final.
Yeah, huge energy line, get a lot out of every shift, finish their hits, and always creating a lot down low, good cycles, and get a lot of goal-scoring opportunities too.
Still waiting for that Galbraith moment, folks. He's on the ice at the moment, just at the top of your screens. Just goes out of play. And on the power plays when Galbraith does a lot of his very best work. Here comes the Panthers, red line. They just lose control and Galbraith heads it on its way. Back to Jade Galbraith. Oh, he makes that nice pass. And that was the pass to David Clark, and it just came to him so quick. He sees the pass so quickly, Galbraith. He saw Clark, and in fact, he saw Clark before Clark knew it was on its way to him.
Yeah, good, nice try by him. A good job by Sheffield again, cleaning the zone. And Sheffield doing a great job on the PK here. Nottingham need to get a pass like that by Galbraith, but it needs to hit the tape, and Clark needs to hit the net if Nottingham's going to get anything. Breaking down here.
Intercepted breakaway for the Sheffield Steelers, but the Steelers forward Jason Hewitt decided no, he wasn't going to win that foot race, so he came back and he's bought his time. Oh, he's got it back as well from Campbell. He never expected it back. Hewitt on the breakaway there. Knew he hadn't got the legs ball, did he, to make it happen. Circled back, button hook back, threw it across to Campbell. I don't think he expected it back, and neither did the Panthers D, and it was a great scoring opportunity come the end.
Real big chance for him. I think he's a little bit tired, and I don't think he realised how good a chance it was. If he'd have grabbed that and teed it up, that could have been short-handed goal, 4-3 Sheffield. That would have been a turn-up for the Bucks.
They could have been building the statue back in Sheffield.
You would have been building it.
I would have been building it. Digging the foundations as we speak. Here come the Panthers then, short-handed. And they'll hit the red line and get it in deep. No, they continue to bring it and make Mushtikovs make the save. Good work again. We're involved in everything that's good about the Nottingham Panthers right now. Just turn that switch again.
Panthers are going to need something from Harima or Kachuk or one of their big guns, or somebody step up and get them a goal here if they're going to take this. But out of the two teams, I think Sheffield are on the back foot more than Nottingham. Nottingham on the power play, obviously, but they seem to be pressing more than the Steelers are.
Domish behind the goal of Mushtikovs. He'll kill a few seconds here and eventually will try and send it down, but he only gives it to Le Guy, and Le Guy comes with speed and makes a play through the middle. Nottingham will get there first. It will be Lapine. He helps it on its way, and here comes that man Galbraith. Steps inside, gets the foot taken off him. Back again come the Nottingham Panthers.
Good job by Ashley Tate, shut them down. Galbraith coming through the neutral zone. Just shut them down, send it back the other way, see if Sheffield could get something going. It's good work from Sheffield, good work from Tate.
Not a single player on that ice wearing white or black at the moment who hasn't just given 100% tonight, and they're trying to finish every hit. There's Talbot in a battle, but the Panthers are just big and strong, and they're trying to get the puck out to the right-hand side. Galbraith can't get there first. Probably should have got there first. He had a couple of foot start. Myers, who just doesn't know how to give in, and this guy protects the puck as well as anybody, sends it down to Galbraith, but the Sheffield Steelers regain the puck again, commit the body, and this penalty close to now being well and truly over.
Yeah, good work from Myers up on the boards, good hustle from him. Him and Clark will look to get a change now. Galbraith just went for a change. Both teams are going to sit back and trap the other team coming out the neutral zone, and it's either going to be a mistake or a piece of genius, I think, that's going to take this game.
Big hit from Danny Myers on Robert Dowd. The puck floats back over, and Dowd's looking to beat Myers to that loose one. Here come the Panthers now, 3-on-2, and it's opening up. Harima, he went to take the shot, and Savage just got in his way. Second shot came in from Kachuk. Mushtikov made the save. Harima again, this time shoots just wide, and Dowd will have a chance to clear, and he does. It was a high-risk pass he made across the crease there, and fortunately for the Steelers, Hewitt got it out.
Oh, Hewitt lets it go there, picked up. Good work by Panthers, good hustle. Both teams working hard now. No one wants to make a mistake. This is a good last 6-7 minutes of the game here.
You can see some tiredness coming in and some mistakes creeping into the game.
Domish
finishes hard.
Yeah, good job by him. It's going to be a play like that. It's going to force an error from the other team.
Panthers clear. Down the right-hand side. Bellamy Pass inside, big chance. Mushchikov, did he get any of it? I don't think he did. I think Ryan shot it over.
Huge chance, huge chance. Not going to get too many of those to take the game.
Delayed penalty coming, Paul, as well. Nottingham going back on the power play, I think, here.
Yeah, this is a huge chance for Nottingham right now. If they can create something, their PP hasn't been firing all night though, so Sheffield will have a bit of confidence. And although it's, you know, itchy finger time and everybody will be a bit nervous, I think Sheffield will be confident in their PK. They've done a great job against Nottingham's PP all night, and they need to do it again now if they're going to stay in this game.
It's Derek Campbell with a hook in minor. The penalty coming in at 54 minutes and 19 seconds. It's power play opportunity though for the Panthers, and with only just 5 minutes, it's almost like sudden death now, you would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
You would think if any of these teams get a lead here, they can hold out for 4 or 5 minutes.
Definitely. And Nielsen working it on the blue line, comes over.
Kachuk throws one at the net and he doesn't get through.
Good block.
That's what I'm saying. Kachuk can't get anything through. You know, Nielsen, he gets it through, doesn't he? He finds it, finds a way.
I think that's because Nielsen's more of a D-man. He's trying to just get it in an area near the net. Nottingham come here, try to get it to Clark.
Out in front. Oh.
Good job by Sheffield shutting that down, sending it down. Great PK from them, kept Nottingham to the outside.
Nottingham send it forward again, intercepted by the Steelers and Talbot. Here comes Jonathan Phillips, the Steelers captain. Gets a shot away. Kowalski makes those regulation saves every day of the week. And here come the Panthers again. Billy Ryan hasn't stopped. That engine just hasn't stopped. He's been revving at 8,000 since moment one.
Nottingham need a sense of urgency here. They've not got long left on the PP, and this is crucial.
They've got their energy guys out there though, haven't they? They've got Bellamy and they've got Myers and they've got Ryan out there.
Yeah, Sheffield send it down though. Chased down by Hewitt there. Huey could have run Kowalski there, that would have been funny.
The Panthers again pick up mid-ice. Time on the puck as they come forward with Bellamy, who gets stood up by Ashley Tate. But the puck comes back out to Ryan, who tries to cut to the middle. Simon had him. Chance out in front. Bellamy is another chance maybe for Jay Galbraith. Galbraith runs into his own play. In fact, good hit. Galbraith. See how it's Galbraith's been hit all night. Here come the Steelers, 2-on-2, dying minutes of this game. And what an excellent play. Just robbing the puck off Ben Simon, and the Panthers come left-hand side. I think it was it Nicholas who made that hit?
Yeah, great play. Tries to hit the guy back door, maybe should have had a shot. Sheffield come back 2-on-1 their own, the other way.
Oh, Stevie Lee. How about that, Stevie Lee?
What a play.
Ashley Tate on the 2-on-1. Everybody expected the pass. Tate made the, in fact, offside just called here, but you just thought that Tate was going to make the pass, and he stepped out inside and you just thought he's got half the net here. And Stevie Lee with that stick check, what a great play. Hey, that could be momentum moment.
Oh yeah, that's an NHL defenseman's play right there. 2-on-1 against Ashley Tate, one of the best players in the league. Ash tries to step inside. You think he's walking in for a shot. Stevie Lee picks it up, sends it the other way. I mean, that's a great play from the kid there.
I was getting a bit more excited than you then for that moment, and then Stevie Lee kind of got your energy levels up.
You sound like a Panthers fan there, Dave.
You know me, straight down the middle, Paul. Oh, it's edge of your seat stuff here at the NIC. The Sheffield Steelers and the Nottingham Panthers sharing a 6-goal thriller in Lower Parliament Street. Savage is going to get running the boards here, and Thomas has to come and help him out, but Nottingham are like flies and they're just buzzing around.
Good work from Nottingham. Keep it low, keep the pressure on here, try and create a goal scoring opportunity and try and tire Sheffield out. Well,
they're still on that one-man advantage. They're still on the power play, and Sheffield have got to clear, and they do clear. They clear right down the middle and comes to the left-hand side. Back into...
Good play by Sheffield, good play by Dowd, gets it to the net.
And he took the shot through traffic as well, didn't he? There was some traffic there. Hewitt right in front of Kowalski. He didn't see too much of that, but kicked it into the corner. Big hit coming in again from Stevie Lee. Chance in front, and Hewitt gets it taken off him, and the puck goes... In fact, we have a whistle blown.
I thought there might be a penalty on that call there. There was a hooking or something. That's a bad call, but I think it was Hewitt coming down the pipe with a great chance for a shot. Hewitt hit somebody coming down the pipe, and hooking or a slashing call there.
It's a hooking minor against David Clark, and with just 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, the Sheffield Steelers have a power play. They scored on their last power play, then they score again. Paul and I both stand up. It's getting tense and nervous here at the NIC. The cheerleaders will give it a little bit of a dance, but now it's the important time, and everything has to be at 100%, doesn't it?
It does. This is a huge opportunity for Sheffield. Nottingham, great job off the face-off. Send it down, put it on net, and this is huge for Sheffield. If Nottingham can kill this, then their confidence is going to be up. This is as good as it gets for Sheffield right now. They need to try and get something out of this power play and win the hockey game right now.
Well, you can win it right now as well. And here's Joey Talbot, who's got tape below. Instead they come to the top, and Savage takes a shot, and Le Gui's there as well. And Le Gui had the first one, fanned on it, and then couldn't really stick to the second opportunity.
Great job by Kowalski, keeping Nottingham in there. I mean, it's not the greatest shot, but anything on net can go through, and Kowalski does a good job like he has all night and holds on to it.
He's a funny shape, Kowalski, without being rude to him. He's not your fine specimen of an athlete, but he's a chunky fella, but he's got great lateral movement. He goes from post to post like lightning, doesn't he?
Like lightning, and his catcher and his blocker are as fast as I've seen as well, so he does a great job in nets. He's done a great job tonight.
Big couple of minutes for Kowalski. Sheffield win the face-off. Back to Sarich, takes a shot high up in the shoulder. And as Paul said, the quick glove just covers up as the puck hits the shoulder, and whistle blows. Another face-off just in front of Kowalski.
See, that's where as a forward for Sheffield, you want that puck coming in low. There's no rebound that's going to come off if the D-man's going top corner, and you can't see that many shots going top corner from there. If he shoots that low, there's a good chance there's a rebound coming out. Rebound comes to a Sheffield forward, game over.
Simon with the face-off, but he loses out. Great face-off win by Matthew Myers, and that just buys the Nottingham Panthers some valuable moments as the Panthers clear 200 feet and Sheffield come all the way down with Le Gui, who's got Tate to his right, and it comes to Ashley Tate. It runs off his stick a little bit, and Tate with a cross-ice dump, but Talbot can't get there first, and that again just gives Nottingham the chance in their black uniforms as they just chip down, and you'll see them go and get a change. This period will be coming to an end shortly. Only 20 seconds will remain when Sheffield's power play has expired. Matthew Myers again is just a ball, and Danny Myers this time chips it 150 feet all the way down, and Sarich must be fed up sick of just turning around and skating back after it.
Yeah, great penalty kill by Nottingham. This is a heck of a job by them, killing this penalty with only 2 minutes to go in the game. And
now they come short-handed with the captain Myers, who takes a shot. A little bit of deflection taken off Mushnikov's. Nikolov tries to hammer it back in again. Here comes the Steelers. Led by Dowd, a red line, who chips it in. The left winger will come and get it. That's Campbell. And Campbell's got a chance here. Forehand. Can he take a backhand shot? He can. Kowalski couldn't hold it, but the defenseman was right on the button, and he just cleared just over the blue line. Chance there. Oh, and then Sheffield end up giving it away. Kevin Bollebrook almost let Beauregard in. Domish will make a long stretch pass. Finds Neil Clark. Clark will hit the blue line. Takes a shot from distance, and Kowalski fumbles but gets enough of it, and then decides, well, I'll cover it up. Oh, heart in your mouth time there for Craig Kowalski.
Bit of a mix-up there. Kowalski didn't know if he was sending it or not, and then when he tried to, the rebound came right back to him. Lucky it came right back and hit him in the pad.
Whose job is it there? Is it Kowalski to shout, or the defenseman to give some instruction?
Well, it's half and half, but the D-man can't see the forward that's charging down behind him, so Kowalski's, it's on him. He can see the whole ice. He needs to make a decision. Realistically, just cover the puck and do the simple thing and hold on to it.
I'm exhausted, Paul. God knows how these players are feeling right now, because right off the face-off, Simon takes the shot and it whistles past Kowalski's goal. But these guys, looks like we're going to go into overtime, doesn't it?
It does, it does. Clarkie chases down, see if he can get a shot to the net. Good hit.
Yeah, he stood up well by Bollebrook. A David Clark moment still to come, maybe a Galbraith moment still to come. Who's going to be the hero, I wonder? We've still got the dying seconds of this game left as Danny Myers makes his play, but good defensive work from Galbraith, who then looks back at Myers and says, "Oh, don't think you should have given me that pass, Danny boy."
Good work from Nottingham. Still, even though pressure's on, last couple of minutes of the game here, they're playing smart and just chipping the puck, playing nice and simple, kill the clock, hit overtime, see if they can get it in overtime. That's what Nottingham's thinking right now.
And here come the Sheffield Steelers. We're all 5-on-5 for these last few seconds of this game. Back in the neutral zone, then Sheffield send it deep behind Kowalski's goal. Corey Nelson takes a look up at the clock.
Going overtime.
I think we're going to just wait, and Corey does. Wow, a 2-2 first period. Sheffield in the ascendancy, taking the lead through Simon and then Dowd before Levers and Beauregard brought it back to 2-2. It was scoreless in the middle period, but Arima with an NHL bullet at 48-38 gave the Nottingham Panthers the lead for the first time this afternoon. Corey Nelson's penalty set up the Sheffield Steelers. and the only power play goal of the night as Saric forced the deflection off Simon. That has tied it at 3-3. We're going to overtime. It's been a cracker for 3 periods.
It's been a great game, great first game. Let's hope the Belfast Card game's as good as this. Who's your money on, Dave? What do you think?
Well, you know what, I'm a neutral man. It really doesn't bother me too much, Paul. I know you have an allegiance one side, and I'm sure you'll be hoping the Nottingham sneak one here. Me, it's just the game to me.
It's just the spectacle.
It is. It's just being here that makes me happy. 3-3, folks. We're going to overtime. Well, folks, in less than 10 minutes' time, one of these teams is going to be preparing for the 2011 Elite Ice Hockey League player final against Cardiff or Belfast. One team is going to be dusting off the golf clubs, getting the shorts out, and there's no worse feeling than that if you're on that losing team in a semi-final, is it?
No, it's going to be cruel. Whoever ends up losing this game and going home and that being the end of their season, it's going to be cruel. It's been a great game and a great hustle from both teams out there. They've put everything and given 100%. Normally
with a 5-minute overtime, you perhaps shorten your bench a little bit, but both coaches here will pretty much have to use all their forwards for these 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens here. Galbraith comes away with it, coming up the ice. I think both teams will be quite offensive and see if they can create something pretty quick.
Well, Danny Myers, the defenseman, jumps into the play, and he's on it at the moment, gives it back to Jay Galbraith, who sends it back to Danny, who's the captain of the Panthers. He gets just out-muscled there by Domish. Whistle will blow. And, interesting to see what the pairings are, of course. Normally forward lines have 3 forwards.
Yeah, face-off's going to go outside there. Danny Myers sat on the puck, so good call from Hicks. He sends it outside. We'll see what the pairings are. We'll see if Levers and if Corey Nielsen mixes up with an import and a Brit, or puts Myers and Levers together, or young Lakowitz maybe comes out there and does a good job.
Well, one pairing that you could put your mortgage on was Bellamy was going to come out with Ryan, and that's the next unit for the Panthers.
I think those guys are attached at the hip, so yeah, they'll be out there for the sudden death.
A bit like Talbot and LaGuy. You can't see them two being separated by anybody for Sheffield, and Ryan, which just brings that speed, and Bellamy, that great intensity. We keep referring to that shift, didn't we? He had 5 kills in that 20-30 second spell. Here's Saric, gets stood up. Here comes the Panthers with speed. It is Ryan. Lets a bullet go, and Mustyakov gets his glove to it. Looks spectacular, and Ryan just let a ripper go there, and Mustyakov saw it all the way.
Yeah, but it all started with Bellamy's hit. Bellamy hits the D-man in the neutral zone coming out, stands him up, and Ryan picks it up and tees it up. Great goal-scoring opportunity there. And now we've got Beauregard out here, and we'll see if he can do something. Solid work from Panthers.
It's Beauregard and Arima, isn't it? That's the 3rd unit that Nielsen and Strachan have sent out. Myers will get it in deep. And of course, it just keeps the players fresh, doesn't it? If you can send 4 units out, it's even better.
Yeah, Sheffield come away with it here, coming up, neutralised, just put it in.
Sheffield haven't had a scoring opportunity in this overtime period. In the 2nd minute of overtime at the moment, and here comes David Beauregard on his off wing. Where's Beauregard going to go? He tries to drag the defenseman wide, and Saric reads it. Beauregard still has it, and the Sheffield Steelers will clear. They'll clear 200 feet, and there's a foot race here. Is there going to be an icing call? Yes, there is, and we'll come all the way back round. A little bit of afters. There's Nielsen, who just got caught, and we'll see who the next pairing is for the Steelers and the Panthers. It's edgy, it's tense stuff. No goalie's had to make a save yet in overtime. Kowalski or Mustyakov. We're tied at 3, and the next unit is out, and that sees Matthew Myers and Robert Lakovic, and they're taking on Campbell and Jason Hewitt. And of course the Steelers that line looks a little tired. It's been out, and of course giving up the icing, they have to stay out there. Fresh legs on for Nottingham.
Yeah, Sheffield waiting for their other guy to come here. 2 Brits out there, Matt Myers and young Lakowitz. Nielsen on D. We'll see what happens here.
Okay, face-off between Matthew Myers and Jason Hewitt. Win by Matthew Myers, and Corey Nielsen will send one down low.
Good work from Lakowitz there, turns away. Smart play, very smart.
He drives the net now. Mustyakov makes a save. Oh, it's bounced to 3. Lakovic has scored!
Wow.
Mustyakov couldn't hold on to it, and you said it might be a little bit scrappy. Mustyakov had 1 go, 2 goes, and it fell to young Lakovic, and quite fitting that Lakovic, who's had an outstanding game, is the man that wins the semi-final for the Nottingham Panthers. The Steelers players, the coach and the assistant, go over to Mustyakov for the error but the Sheffield Steelers, having led 2-0, brought it back to 3-3. They go down to a Robert Lakovic winner. Nottingham Panthers then are the first team through to the 2011 Elite Ice Hockey League playoff final. They'll take on either the Cardiff Devils or the Belfast Giants.